All right, so rehearsing. I am Grand Rapids. Take number 89. 89. Take number 89. Got to get through this without crying. All right, this dedicated to my city, my birthplace, and all my loved ones. Uh, I want to shout out to Gail Williams, rest in heaven, Sugar Gillespie, Wana and Tawana, Mr. Momford, my man Jamel Melly Stokes, Medea, sister mom. Shout out little Ronnie, Grandma Crawford, and Grandma James. My pastor Tommy Walker, rest in peace. Principal Sidney Bailey, Coach Eddie. My sister Dartisha Reed, my math teacher Miss Kingsbury, Nay and Jeter Ford, Keisha Brooks and Roy Brooks' mama stuff, and to my nigga Dantas from Wealthy. I am Grand Rapids. Tyrone Scott, my uncle T-Bone, took me to the White Rabbit, Speedy Martin, Speedy Cone, and Sandmans. And his brother, my uncle John Thomas, lived on Wealthy too, and they were a man's man. And see, both of them never allowed me to like guns or bullets, proved it. They said, if you gonna hustle, use your heart muscle, nephew, do it. My Aunt Bean kept me so clean on Cooper Street until I was all set. And my Aunt Maddie kept me so happy, not on Union, a big house down on Lafayette. And my cousin Princess Rissa, and Princess Robin Scott, and Princess Debbie Scott, I never ever will forget. And my cousin Princess Bay and cousin Princess Gidget prayed I would stay in religion and never go chase a rep, and then I didn't. And I love going to Minio's to get my sub a pizza. I'd stay a while to get my smile, man, I love you, Garcia. Then I walked 2 blocks from that there building down the street that they called Sylvan. But see, Charles Sims, Gap wouldn't let me walk. No, because Gap, he is a real one. He said, get in this car, Cobbins, and then I go take my seat. He said, never forget who you are. You know you a star. Don't you get lost up in these streets. And since I could always go to Angel's House when I was hungry if I ever needed me a bite to eat, then Charles' big brother, Curtis Sims, always shares his meat with me. See, I love me some Teresa Walker, although I don't always wear pink. But she's still one of the main reasons I know this cancer freaking stinks. Omaida is true. Ted and Charles Lovelady, rest in peace to Mr. Lovelady. And Mr. Grandison showed me how to love ladies, and I ain't mad at them for being my role model. Willie Nelson, Ronnie Wade, them the good old days. When you love someone, you remember them. You don't ever let that fade. I'm talking Light Bright. Mark Adams has the Excite Bite. Big George at King Park sent home all the fight types. I love me some Phil Wharton, Quasi Kelly, Willie Patterson, and Jabbar Dean. They ain't never pick a fight with me. I felt like we was all on the same team. No, I'm not that smart, but at Iroquois I did start learning how to think. I got so much love for Mrs. Clinkscales, the one that married to Coach Clink. And it doesn't matter if you're white or black. I love Lil Milanowski, Mary Ellen, and Norma Brinks. Mr. McLeod, Mrs. McLeod, I stopped hurting myself. I stopped hurting them animals. I hope that I made you proud. And I so love your son, Kevin Thomas McLeod. I so dislike that he drowned. And I so wish that I was around. I'd have reached out my hand. He could have pulled me down, and I'd have pulled us back up. I miss Ramonda Washington that much. I'm talking all the time, not just some of the time in them school lines from lunch. No, man, this hurts a bunch. I hope you and Tashika Bowser are together. And could you please tell God, save a seat for Rod, your baby brother, I will sit wherever. Tashira Tolliver chilling, beauty, 1 in a million. I love my African women. World, why do we kill them? Me and Tashira was headed to the carnival, but that doesn't mean I don't miss Michael Yarborough, and that doesn't mean I'll ever let my grandfather go. David Scott Sr., Valerie Bama Jones saved my life. She was my favorite high school senior. The Black Andromeda, Big Mike Taylor, the Black Zulu Congolus, Rat Cat, my neighbor, had enough love for all of us. It was a hood dog named Peanut. Chauncey's battle grandmother sent us outside. Chauncey be like, Rod Diep, rest in peace to Dennis D. Payne. Dito, Derek Davis, D-Mac, I'ma always say your name. And if you get stopped on a block by them cops, you know you can always give my name. Cause I've always kept that clean. And some of y'all should do the same. I'm talking Tyler Williams, Butchie's big brother Dion True. So is Bobo, rest in peace. So is Grandma Dynamite too. My Uncle Willie Braxton from Jersey, and my Uncle Willie Beards. My Uncle Bucci, my Grandpa Earl, I wish every one of y'all was here. See, it's the memory in y'all name, and it shines inside my brain. And when you love someone, you remember them, don't you ever let that fade. Sugar B, D. Cantrell, Larry Crump Jr., Dink Suge, Tommy Apple was genius before the Apple computer. TT Man, Kevin Boatman, I'm from the rock they call Ottawa. Friends forever, forever y'all friend. That's why I got love for all of y'all. Curtis got shot, murder pop, Larry Joe saved his son. My cousin's outside of Chicago, 6 hours from where I run. Hallie Robinson and Isaac Robinson in Springfield, Illinois. I was never no blood relation, but she still claimed me as one of her boys. And I love me some African woman. And she just brings me so much joy. And shout out to Michelle Stubbs, showed me so much love. Michelle was the real McCoy. And Betty Jean and Barbara Turley, they allowed me to love their girlies. And I could stay in their house all day and night. And Kuma Matata, there's never no worries. And their dad felt like they did too. Shout out Southside Chicago, 53rd Street, Damon, D-Roy Turley, you true. Yeah, I love all of you. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do. And I love playing basketball in Grand Valley with Joe Woods, but I called him Jay Woo. And my baby brother Demetrius Collier, him with Vincent Lacey, Paul, unstoppable basketballers. See, it really doesn't matter if you brown, you're black, or you're white. And I love me some Melissa McIntyre. That was my homeboy Bo's wife. Shout out to Sag Nasty, Ferguson, Bo, John. And when you died, I couldn't let you get robbed and get done wrong. So I went over to Bo's crib with some wood, some hammer, and nails. I got to bamming and bamming and bamming and bamming, but I ran out of nails. Rest in peace to Pastor Patterson, because I knocked on Willie and Tanae's door because I knew that the grandson he would have son. Just like my brother in Brooklyn, James Davis 3. I don't care you're a Brooklyn police. You still my brother. Rest in peace. And I've been door to door. I had to knock with Vincent McCall and Victor Moore and Lady Melinda. I've lived on Watkins next door to Old Man Kit. He had a cat. He called me Little Man Cobbins. I love me some Annie Love. And my baby brother John Brown. And although I didn't get to hang around, we was both BFC, so I know we was down. And I wonder if you can see me now, baby bro. I just know I can still feel him. And I want your murderers to know, look at me, John. Nah, dog, y'all didn't kill him. Scoop B, Kylie, Scoop B, that's my G. Scoop made me a very dramatic beat. Scooter loved me, so he did that for free. No, I'm not done preaching. No, I'm not done preaching. Some of the realest women I'll ever know. Diane Smith, Diane Carter, Claire Barton Knight, Johnetta Easton. Yeah, I got love for each one. Shout out to Robert Carter too. And Rob, when people taste my food, I got some of that from you. And I love me some Casey Kemker. And I love me some Mushaki. If I didn't say Stanley Lucas Jr., I wouldn't be me, and I'm just Rodney, and I ain't never been in a danger field. If my loved ones, how they make me feel, I'm invincible, this is sensible, it's more important than ever writing the will. Mr. Kraft, I miss Daniil. Shout out to La. Shout out to New York La. I used to hang with him and Stephanie Davis at the basketball games. I don't know about all of y'all. Rest in peace, man. Shout out to La in Detroit Luciano. And Lucci, let me know, little homie, when you come to Detroit, you ain't never gonna have no problems. Because I ain't never been one to hate. And those that hate, they be acting funny. I'm talking about shout out, rest in peace to T. Swan's big brother, the big homie. Shout out to Detroit Honey. In India, Marcus Patrick sat with me for Uncle Willie Beards. He got that money. He had a brand new white Eldorado, let me drive it, called me nephew, but treated me like Sonny. And ain't nothing sunnier than Summer Cage. She was beautiful at every age. And I got to protect her till like age 10, and then it's just like she upped and flew away. No, I wasn't there that day. Please forgive me to my Uncle Smoothie. But there's just no way, ever no way I leave Summer name up out of this movie. And if you're wondering why would I do that to you, Chief? I love you and I love your mother and every one of your daughters and every one of your sons. Pip, Kenya, Aaron, Shamari is my big brother. Debbie on Pleasant Avenue, Diamond driving from Muskegon, and I don't talk to no dead people. I never told nobody I see them. All my loved ones are alive. They right here inside my mind. See, God ain't never lied. I hear none of y'all, but I hear all them just fine. They said, Rod, stay on your grind and never wander off your course. It was me, Nate Marble, and Jeffrey Owens, and we was chilling on my back porch. It was me, Suge D, Preston and Adam was there, of course. Nah, I wasn't drinking lean. They ain't never pick a fight with me. I felt like we was all on the same team. And Mrs. Minnie and Reverend rolling down at Brown's funeral home. They said you knew what you were supposed to do way before you was 2 years old. And so I loved me some Reverend Hutcherson and how much that I said in church with him. So maybe that's why I loved all the Africans, the Europeans, the Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Italians, and the Mexicans. Well, shout out to Shalonda Wilson, Gary Wilson. That's Shalonda's baby brother. And shout out to Eula McLean, Big Mama. That's my mama's grandmother. And Geraldine, Mrs. Green, that's my father's grandmother. Rest in peace to my great niece, Justice, and my Aunt Gail Osborne Scott. I used to pick her up at Stonebrook. Me and Aunt Gail, we used to ride and talk a lot. And Mrs. Bridgewater, Jack Taylor from Giddings, and my sister, Brandy Renfro. I got love for all my kinfolk, and loving y'all is simple. It's the memory in your name, and it shines inside my brain. When you love someone, you remember them. Don't you ever let that fade. Now, how will I give pause? And you know they're going to put this in a picture. You mentioned some of the realest that there ever will be, that there ever was. Lear Teese and Shimon Figures. Rest in peace, Dirty Red and Shorty. I am Grand Rapids. Cut. We got to do it again, man.